Well, hello, my name is Kimberly Tsoukalas. I am franchise owner of Network and Action Twin Cities. I have a special member with me today. His name is Brian Gendreau, and he is with Capital One. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hi, Kim. I'm well. How are you today?
I am really good. I'm so excited for this interview. I really think it's important. We need to educate people on the benefits of using a business credit card. So why don't you share with us that?
Yeah, it sounds like a good place to start. So, really, what I do is I sell business credit card programs to help business owners earn rewards and improve their process internally. When you look at the value that I bring and how I work with business owners, it's really three buckets of why to use a business credit card. The first one is earning rewards. The second is to improve your process, specifically on the accounts payable side. And then the third is security. A credit card transaction has been proven to be a more secure transaction than using a debit card or check or ACH.
Well, there is a lot of credit cards out there. So I want you to share with our viewers what makes Capital One program unique for business owners.
So the big thing in my world is we do rewards in the form of a personal check. So often there are a lot of business credit cards out there. What we do is 2% cash back on all of your purchases. We don't do categories or restrictions. We do have a travel card I'll tell you about in a second, but I work with a lot of business owners that are trying to find a way to put money back in their pocket. Our program gives 2% of all of their credit card spend they can take in the form of a personal check. And business owners tend to love that. We do have a travel card that was recently introduced to the market called Venture X for Business. And that'll give you two times miles back, or think about it as 2% back in miles and points. And then the cool thing is if you like to travel, that card's going to get you 5 times miles back on your flights and 10 times miles back on rental cars and hotels. And there's a handful of other bells and whistles too. You get access to 1,300 airport lounges across the globe, a $100 credit for TSA or global entry, among some other things. But the big thing is cash back in the owner's pocket, and it's flat 2% across the board.
Well, let's just think about this. I can't think of one business owner that doesn't want extra money. Think of all the things you can do without spending any extra money or even having to sell anything. It can be used for incentives for your employees, bonusing your employees, trips, training to make your employees even more productive. I mean, that is so retention and attraction of employees.
Yes.
Really a challenge. So having that money back without having to sell more or spend more is huge. Not to mention even on your personal use, right? Maybe you want to put your kids through college. Maybe you want to invest in more business or real estate, machinery, equipment, whatever it may be. It's just a no-brainer.
So oftentimes, Kim, I think people will say to me, well, what's the catch? And really there isn't a catch, right? I'm trying to help you earn a rebate, earn reward, and improve your bottom line on purchases you're already making today. So
Right.
I work with a lot of contractors in my world, and a common rebuttal to me is, hey, I don't want to lose my terms with the folks that I buy from. A lot of the merchants that you're buying from, those vendors, you can keep your terms and earn your 2% back. And
Yep.
the thing is, when looking at it for a business, is there is a way. So we talked about business owners being able to put money back in their pockets. That's important. The other thing, to your point with employee retention and attraction, is investing that back into the business. I was on a call earlier this week that we have a client that is matching 401k for their employees through the rewards that we are helping them earn. And the cool thing about that is I work with companies, and we're probably going to get to this in a moment, but I work from companies that are small to large. That 2% equates to any business, right? And those rewards can be put back into the business. These folks having the money that they're spending today working for them.
It's absolutely a no-brainer. Absolutely not. Do you want to share any other examples of how you were able to help a client?
Yeah, I have a couple prepared because the thing that I love about my job is I get to talk to small business owners all day, and I learn, how did you get started in this thing? How do you make money? And what are your pain points? And so I work with all different types of companies. I do work with quite a few contractors, and one I would like to share is I've been working with a roofing company for a few years now, and we started working together. They had a business credit card program in place today, and they were earning 1% back on. Well, this is a larger roofing business. I helped them from just going from 1% to 2% with our rewards. We put an additional $80,000 in that business owner's back into the business by switching from 1% to 2%. There's a couple other, so that would be, so at the beginning of this, I said
That's free money,
right. So and all that is just changing the card on file with that vendor that they spend a lot of money with. And that's a misconception about what I do too, is I'm talking to a contractor and they'll say, hey, I have $200,000 in invoices to pay at the end of the month. Like, there's no credit card that can facilitate a large transaction like that. That is a misconception. That is our bread and butter. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to help you do that. So this Spark Cash Plus card that we have, it has no preset spending limit. We give you the ability to grow the limit that you have so you can facilitate those larger transactions. So that's the rewards piece, right? That's one place we add value. Another is on the process. So I'm working with a commercial HVAC company right now that they have folks in their office that are spending anywhere from 2 to 5 full working days processing expense reports and reconciling. We are now eliminating all of that time with our commercial card program, with an expense solution that of a partner that we work with. We're giving that time back to those employees. You think of how much time that is, how much money that is, that they're matching expense reports to receipts, pushing that all through. We are saving those folks time and in turn money by using our service.
Time is money. Time is money.
It is. And the last one is I'm working with a digital marketing company that we are not only, they weren't earning rewards today. So digital marketing companies are set up differently, but oftentimes they'll work with a company that sells a widget and they need help promoting that widget digitally online. I'll work with digital marketing companies that are earning a rebate on all the money they're spending on Google, Amazon, search engine optimization. And we do have a couple cool things for that industry, specifically setting up a virtual card. If you've never heard of that, please reach out to me. I would love to tell you about virtual cards and how they can help your business, specifically being more secure.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, if as long as people are spending, business owners are spending, there's really no one that can't benefit from using your card. As long as they are purchasing a lot of product.
Right.
It's amazing how much of
but maybe that doesn't need to be spent on product, right? It can be spent on advertising or
service,
permit.
a service.
Yes.
Spending money is spending money.
Right.
It's a product or a service.
So yep. I work with a lot of different businesses. I imagine that's the question that's coming is, yep. Who is a good prospect or what kind of companies do I work with? And I work with a lot of contractors, but outside of that, the way that I say it is anyone that spends money to do their business. So maybe that's somebody that's in e-commerce or someone in wholesale that's buying products and then reselling them. We work with them. If you're manufacturing, you can, and we do raw materials that you can put on the card. Really, as long as that merchant is accepting a card as payment, we can add value. So I'll work with resellers, ticket brokers, folks I work with the fastest growing roofing company in the state of Minnesota. How many roofing companies are there in Minnesota, Kim?
There's over 600 for sure. I'm sure it changes. I'm sure it's growing all the time.
And I'm
for 600.
I'm lucky enough to work with the fastest growing roofing company in the state. They're
fast and they're smart and they know what they're doing, and that's why they're using your product.
Yes, and we're putting money back in their pocket. So it's car dealerships, it's senior living facilities, school districts, folks that sell solar, power sports, car dealerships, you name it. If they spend money, we can add value.
Awesome. Anything else we need to know?
We do. So as of right now, so this is December of 2013, we do have, at times we'll have different bonuses for folks that sign up for our card. For this Spark Cash Plus, our 2% cash back card, if you spend $20,000 in your first 3 months, we'll give you $1,200. And then with our Venture X for Business, if you spend $30,000 in your first 3 months, we'll give you $150 500,000 miles. We do have additional bonuses if you can spend up to $500,000, and if in your first year. And if you're interested in learning more about that, please reach out to me.
Hey, there is no way you can share everything you need to know about this amazing card in these few minutes. So I highly recommend that you reach out to Brian and learn more about how it can benefit you or people in your network. Brian, what's the best way to reach you?
Email or phone, and that's provided on the NIA website.
All right, Brian, thank you so much. I am so proud to have people like you in our NIA community. I can't recommend you enough. Thank you for being a valued member of Network in Action.
Thank you. What's in your wallet?